Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Valsa Williams and with me is Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses 5th BIMSTEC summit virtually, calls for making Bay of Bengal the bridge of connectivity, prosperity and security. Mexican Foreign Minister Marcelo Ebrard Casaubon and External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to comprehensively review bilateral relations and also to discuss international issues of mutual interest. Rajasthan Foundation Day being celebrated today across the state. Imran Khan-led Pakistan government reduced to minority as key ally Muttahida Qawmi Movement Pakistan quits coalition. Russia decides to cut down military operations near Ukrainian capital Kiev, but said it is not a ceasefire. UN World Food Programme cautions crisis in Ukraine has created a catastrophe and will have a global impact. And in IPL, Royal Challengers Bangalore to take on Kolkata Knight Riders at D.Y. Patil Stadium in Mumbai this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today gave a clarion call to make the Bay of Bengal the bridge of connectivity, prosperity and security, and stressed that regional cooperation has become a greater priority in the present scenario. Attending the BIMSTEC summit virtually, the Prime Minister said recent developments in Europe have raised questions about the stability of the international order. He said it has become important to make BIMSTEC regional cooperation more active. He pointed out that the region has not remained untouched by today's challenging global scenario. Mr. Modi said a BIMSTEC charter is being adopted to develop institution architecture for the BIMSTEC group. This is the 25th year of the establishment of BIMSTEC. He said the outcome of this landmark summit will write a golden chapter in the history of BIMSTEC.
बिम्स्टेक के इतिहास में एक स्वर्णिम अध्याय लिखेंगे। पिछले 2 सालों के चुनौतीपूर्ण माहौल में राष्ट्रपति राजपक्ष ने बिम्स्टेक को कुशल नेतृत्व दिया है। आज के चुनौतीपूर्ण वैश्विक परिप्रेक्ष्य में से हमारा क्षेत्र भी अछूता नहीं रहा है। हमारी अर्थव्यवस्थाएं, हमारे लोग अभी भी कोविड-19 पैंडेमिक के दुष्प्रभावों को झेल रहे हैं। पिछले कुछ सप्ताहों के यूरोप के डेवलपमेंट्स ने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय व्यवस्था के स्थायित्व पर प्रश्न चिन्ह खड़ा हो गया है। इस संदर्भ में बिम्स्टेक क्षेत्रीय सहयोग को और सक्रिय बनाना महत्वपूर्ण हो गया है।
The Prime Minister highlighted the importance of enhancing the capacity of the Secretariat for BIMSTEC to meet everyone's expectations. He suggested that a roadmap should be made to achieve this goal. He said India will provide financial assistance of $1 million to increase the operational budget of the Secretariat. The Prime Minister said it is necessary to make early progress on the proposal of BIMSTEC Free Trade Agreement to enhance trade. He said exchanges between entrepreneurs and startups of BIMSTEC countries should be increased. He further stated that international norms should be adopted in the field of trade facilitation.
हमारे आपसी व्यापार को बढ़ाने के लिए बिम्स्टेक एफटीए के प्रस्ताव पर शीघ्र प्रगति करना आवश्यक है। हमें अपने देश के उद्यमियों और स्टार्टअप्स के बीच आदान प्रदान भी बढ़ाना चाहिए। इसी के साथ हमें ट्रेड फैसिलिटेशन के क्षेत्र में इंटरनेशनल नॉर्म्स को अपनाने का भी प्रयत्न करना चाहिए।
Talking about considerable progress being achieved in the BIMSTEC connectivity agenda, the Prime Minister said the adoption of the Master Plan for Transport Connectivity by leaders lays out a guidance framework for connectivity-related activities in the region in the future.
आज हमने बिम्स्टेक के मास्टर प्लान फॉर ट्रांसपोर्ट कनेक्टिविटी को एडॉप्ट किया है। कनेक्टिविटी के क्षेत्र में बे ऑफ बंगाल में एक कोस्टल शिपिंग इकोसिस्टम स्थापित करने के लिए एक कानूनी फ्रेमवर्क शीघ्र विकसित करना आवश्यक है। इलेक्ट्रिसिटी ग्रिड इंटरकनेक्टिविटी को भी चर्चाओं से आगे ले जाकर धरातल पर उतारने का समय आ गया है। इसी तरह रोड कनेक्टिविटी बढ़ाने के लिए भी एक लीगल फ्रेमवर्क की स्थापना महत्वपूर्ण है।
Mr. Modi, along with other leaders, also witnessed the signing of 3 BIMSTEC agreements which represent progress being achieved in ongoing cooperation activities. After the summit, in a tweet, Mr. Modi said he was happy to participate in the 5th BIMSTEC summit hosted by Sri Lanka. The Prime Minister said several important decisions were taken to further the BIMSTEC cooperation agenda. He commended the able leadership of Sri Lankan Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and extended his best wishes to the incoming chair, Prime Minister of Thailand Prayut Chan-o-cha. Later, briefing media, Additional Secretary BIMSTEC in Ministry of External Affairs Rudrendra Tandon said the signing of the charter in Colombo has led to BIMSTEC being recognized as an international organization. The Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, BIMSTEC, is a regional organization. Established in 1997, it comprises 7 member states, India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Myanmar and Thailand, lying in the littoral and adjacent areas of the Bay of Bengal. Foreign Minister of Mexico, Marcelo Ebrard Casaubon, arrived in New Delhi last night on his first official visit to India. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said in a tweet that the visit will involve discussions on ongoing cooperation and on ways to further strengthen the privileged partnership between India and Mexico. This is the first visit of Mr. Marcelo Ebrard Casaubon to India in his capacity as Foreign Minister. He will also visit Mumbai. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and his Mexican counterpart will undertake a comprehensive review of bilateral relations and will also discuss international issues of mutual interest. Currently, Mexico is India's second largest trade partner in Latin America and is a member of UNSC alongside India for the period 2021-22.
Around 494 crore digital documents have been made available in DigiLocker till date from various government, semi-government, private and autonomous departments and institutions. This information was given by the Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, in the Lok Sabha today. He said important documents for government benefits, employment, financial inclusion and education can be obtained through DigiLocker directly from the issuing agencies in real time. Mr. Chandrasekhar said DigiLocker platform currently has 1,773 issuers. He said DigiLocker aims to empower citizens with all their lifelong documents in a single digital wallet and is in the process of adding all government-issued citizen-centric proof documents. Science and Technology and Earth Sciences Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh today informed the Lok Sabha that Advanced Research Centre for Powder Metallurgy (ARCI) and Centre for Cellular and Molecular Biology of Hyderabad has prepared a mask with copper to wear during this pandemic. He said this mask gives 99.9% protection from the infection. Dr. Singh said few thousand of masks have been produced by the industry partner Razel Chemicals Limited for pilot-scale demonstration and being tested for certification. Railways Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw said under the Adarsh Station Scheme so far 1,253 railway stations have been identified for development, out of which 1,213 stations have been developed so far. Replying to questions in the Lok Sabha, Mr. Vaishnaw said the remaining 40 stations are planned for development in 2022-23 financial year. He said in Jharkhand, 30 stations were identified for development under the Adarsh Station Scheme and all stations except Katrasgarh Station have been upgraded or developed.
The government has taken a slew of measures for improving the quality of education in Jammu and Kashmir after the abrogation of Article 370. In a written reply in the Rajya Sabha today, Minister of State for Education Annapurna Devi said J&K State Council of Educational Research and Training has been established and 835 vocational labs have been set up for providing vocational education. She added that 993 ICT labs have been established under the digital initiative and free winter tutorials were conducted for students of class 8 to 12th. The minister said 17,000 eco-clubs have been formed in schools with the involvement of students and construction work of 20 girls' hostels and 52 Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas has been completed at a cost of 94.29 crore rupees. The University Grants Commission is exploring the possibilities of creating positions like professors of practice based on their industrial experiences. In a written reply in the Rajya Sabha today, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said it will be without affecting the sanctioned positions of the university. He added, such provisions already exist in IITs. He said National Education Policy 2020 envisages greater collaboration between academia and industries for promoting holistic and multidisciplinary education with focus on creativity, innovation and employability.
The government is working on a proposal to formulate a plan which would test and assess the star rating cars under the Bharat New Car Assessment Program. This was stated by the Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari in a written reply in the Rajya Sabha today. He said this program will encourage manufacturers to participate voluntarily in the safety testing assessment program and incorporate higher safety levels in new car models. Union Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari came to the Parliament today in a green hydrogen-powered car. The name of this car is Midday, which means the future in Japanese. Talking to media, Mr. Gadkari said green hydrogen, which is generated from water, has been introduced to make the country self-reliant. He said this car is a pilot project. The minister added that the manufacturing of green hydrogen will begin in the country now.
ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन पानी से या ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट से बनता है ताकि इकोलॉजी एंड एनवायरनमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए इसके स्टैंडर्ड्स भी हमने तय किए हैं। उसके आधार पर अब ये मैन्युफैक्चरिंग भी शुरू होगी, ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन की निर्मित भी होगी, इसके स्टेशन भी होंगे, देश का इंपोर्ट भी बचेगा और साथ सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि इसके कारण एक नए रोजगार भी निर्माण होंगे और केवल हम हाइड्रोजन जो है 3000 करोड़ का मिशन भारत सरकार ने शुरू किया है। हम अब हाइड्रोजन को एक्सपोर्ट करने वाले, एनर्जी को एक्सपोर्ट करने वाली कंट्री बनेंगे। स्टील इंडस्ट्री, केमिकल इंडस्ट्री, फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री, जहां जहां कोयला यूज होता है, गैस यूज होता है, वहां ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन यूज होगा और ये पर्यावरण पूरक है। तो एक बहुत बड़ा रिवोल्यूशन है और ये गाड़ी आज पहली बार इसका पायलट प्रोजेक्ट है हमने शुरू की ताकि लोगों को इसको विश्वास हो।
The Election Commission has prohibited TMC MLA Narendranath Chakraborty from holding any public meetings, rallies, roadshows and interviews for 7 days for violation of the Model Code of Conduct in connection with the ongoing by-election in West Bengal. During campaigning, the MLA had threatened BJP workers and asked his cadres to intimidate them. The poll body observed that the statement given by the MLA is threatening to voters and has potential to interfere with free exercise of the electoral right of electors. The Commission prohibited him from holding any public meetings, rallies, roadshows and interviews from today till 8 p.m. on the 6th of April. The BJP Fact-Finding Committee on Birbhum violence in West Bengal today submitted its report to Party President J.P. Nadda in New Delhi. The report said, under TMC leadership, law and order has totally collapsed in the state. The committee recommended that National Human Rights Commission, National Commission for Women and National Commission for Protection of Child Rights visit Bagtui and instill confidence-building measures.
Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami allotted portfolios to the ministers in his cabinet while keeping the charge of 21 departments with him. Chief Minister Dhami's portfolios include Home, Civil Aviation, Prisons, among others. Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami and 8 cabinet ministers were administered the oath of Uttarakhand Governor Lieutenant General Retired Gurmeet Singh at Parade Ground in Dehradun on 23rd of March.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said the enthusiasm towards this year's Pariksha Pe Charcha has been phenomenal. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said lakhs of people have shared their valuable insights and experiences. He thanked all the students, parents and teachers who have contributed. He added that he is looking forward to the program on the 1st of April.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses 5th BIMSTEC summit virtually, calls for making Bay of Bengal the bridge of connectivity, prosperity and security. Mexican Foreign Minister Marcelo Ebrard Corsoban and External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to comprehensively review bilateral relations and also to discuss international issues of mutual interest. Rajasthan Foundation Day being celebrated today across the state. Imran Khan-led Pakistan government reduced to minority as key ally Muttahida Qawmi Movement Pakistan Quits coalition. Russia decides to cut down military operations near Ukrainian capital Kiev but said it is not a ceasefire. UN World Food Programme cautions crisis in Ukraine has created a catastrophe and will have a global impact. And in IPL, Royal challenges Bangalore to take on Kolkata Knight Riders at DY Patil Stadium in Mumbai this evening. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो खुद से वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे।
क्या आप कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम की तैयारी कर रहे हैं? ऑल इंडिया रेडियो के नए प्रोग्राम अभ्यास में हमारे विशेषज्ञ आपके सवालों का देंगे जवाब। शनिवार रात 9:30 बजे FM गोल्ड पर। इस बार का विषय है हिस्ट्री। आप इससे जुड़े सवाल व्हाट्सएप करें 9289094044 पर या सवाल ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं। अभ्यास abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर। इतिहास विषय पर आपके प्रश्न हमें 30 मार्च तक मिल जाने चाहिए। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
Welcome back to the Midday News. The Union Home and Cooperative Minister Amit Shah is visiting Karnataka and will take part in several events on the 1st of April. The State Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai informed media persons in Bengaluru today that Mr. Shah will participate in the 115th birth anniversary of Dr. Shivakumar Swami at Siddhaganga Mutt, a prominent Lingayat religious institution in Tumkuru. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today congratulated the Konkan Railway team for the remarkable success of Mission 100% electrification. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said Konkan Railway has set new benchmarks of sustainable development. Over 183 crore 82 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. India's active caseload currently stands at 14,704. The recovery rate is currently at 98.75%. A total of 1,876 recoveries in the last 24 hours has taken total recoveries to more than 4 crore 24 lakh. 1,233 new cases were recorded in the last 24 hours.
Russia has decided to cut down military operations near Ukrainian capital Kiev, but said it is not a ceasefire. Following diplomatic negotiations between the two sides, Russia promised to scale back troops from Kiev and the northern part of the country. However, Russia has not said anything about areas witnessing heavy fighting, including Mariupol, Sumy and Kharkiv in the east and Kherson and Mykolaiv in the south. Meanwhile, Ukraine negotiators have called for an international accord to guarantee Ukrainian security. Ukraine has proposed to adopt a neutral status in a detailed potential settlement to the 5-week conflict. Ukrainian negotiators have also called for a meeting between Russian President Putin and his Ukrainian counterpart Zelensky. The UN World Food Programme, UNWFP, has said the crisis in Ukraine has created a catastrophe and will have a global impact. Executive Director of the UNWFP, David Beasley, at the UN Security Council yesterday stated that many of the Ukrainian farmers who produce a significant amount of the world's wheat are engaged in the conflict, and as a result, the already high food prices are skyrocketing. He said the agency was feeding 125 million people around the world before the Russia-Ukraine crisis, and now it has to start cutting the rations because of rising food, fuel and shipping costs. Ukraine and Russia produce about 30% of the world's wheat supply, 20% of corn and 75 to 80% of sunflower oil.
European allies have started expelling Russian diplomats from their countries. The Netherlands said it is expelling 17 Russians. In a statement, the Netherlands said it took the decision in consultation with a number of like-minded countries, citing similar expulsions by the United States, Poland, Bulgaria, Slovakia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania and Montenegro. Russia also expelled diplomats from the 3 Baltic EU states of Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania in retaliation for those countries expelling Russian diplomats earlier this month. The Imran Khan-led Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government received a massive blow by key ally and main coalition partner Muttahida Qawmi Movement Pakistan MQMP after it struck a deal with the opposition Pakistan People's Party. The Imran Khan government has lost its majority in the lower house of Pakistan's parliament following the late-night development, days ahead of the no-confidence motion against Imran Khan. The no-trust vote against Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan is expected to take place on April the 3rd. Pakistan Joint Opposition now has 177 members of the National Assembly after the ruling coalition partner MQMP decided to part ways with the Imran Khan-led government that is left with 164 members. The Pakistani National Assembly has a total strength of 342 members, with the majority mark being 172.
In Israel, at least 5 people were killed when a gunman opened fire in a crowded city in central Israel late yesterday. The shootings occurred at 2 locations in Bnei Brak, a city on the outskirts of Tel Aviv. Police said preliminary investigation found the gunman was armed with an assault rifle and opened fire on passers-by before he was shot by officers at the scene. Prime Minister Naftali Bennett said Israel will fight terror with perseverance, stubbornness and an iron fist. There was no immediate claim of responsibility for the shootings. Meanwhile, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has condemned the attack. India has strongly condemned the terrorist attacks in Israel. In a tweet, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bagchi expressed India's condolences to the families of the victims. And now, let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle
on the 30th of March every year. The state was formed on March the 30th, 1949, when Rajputana was merged into India. Jaipur, being the largest city, was declared as the capital of the state.
After the independence of India, the task of uniting India was undertaken under the leadership of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. On the 17th of March 1948, Indian government took over the supervision of Bharatpur and Alwar states as the rulers failed to uphold peace in the riot-affected princely states. Neighbouring regions of Karoli and Dholpur also agreed to come together to form what was known as the Matsya Union.
On March the 25th, 1948, 10 more states, namely Kushalgarh, Banswara, Kota, Bundi, Jhalabad, Tonk, Shahpura, Pratapgarh, Dungarpur and Kishangarh of the southern and southeastern Rajputana joined together to structure another union that is named East Rajasthan. Subsequently, the Udaipur state, Mewar, also got united in Rajasthan Union on April the 18th, 1948. The name was then changed to United Rajasthan. On March the 30th, 1949, 4 more states, viz. Jodhpur, Jaipur, Bikaner and Jaisalmer joined this integration and the region came to be known as the Greater Rajasthan. The principalities of Nimra and Lava also joined the integration. Thus, March the 30th came to be celebrated as the Rajasthan Divas.
On the 15th of May 1949, the Matsya Union was amalgamated into Greater Rajasthan, and thereafter the Confederation was named as the United State of Greater Rajasthan. Sirohi State joined the Federation on the 26th of January 1950, which got the name United Rajasthan. On the proposal of the State Reorganization Committee, Ajmer Mewar region was also fused with Rajasthan in November 1956, and thus emerged the contemporary state of Rajasthan.
We also remember freedom fighter Karim Khan, who took part in the First War of Indian Independence in 1857. A resident of district Karoli, Rajasthan, Karim Khan was the younger brother of Mehrab Khan, a prominent leader of the independent activists in Kota. He was involved in the attack on the political agency Kota on the 15th of October 1857, in which Captain C.E. Burton, the political agent, and his 2 sons were killed. He fought against the British forces on the 30th of March 1858, was captured, and later hanged by the British troops. We salute the great martyr.
We also remember freedom fighter Surendranath Nag, who was martyred on the 30th of March 1943. Nag was born on the 23rd of May 1917 at Aberdeen, Port Blair in the Andaman Islands. He used to work as sub-assistant surgeon under the British administration, but later joined the Indian Independence League and worked for supporting it financially. He was arrested on the 22nd of January 1943 on the charge of spying and imprisoned in cellular jail. He was shot dead in the Andaman Islands on the 30th of March 1943. We salute the great martyr.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Rajasthan is celebrating its Foundation Day today. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, Governor Kalraj Mishra and Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot have congratulated the people of the state on the occasion. In his message, Mr. Birla said, the rich art, culture and traditions of Rajasthan have always attracted people from all over the world. Our correspondent reports that many events are being organized across the state today to celebrate Rajasthan Festival.
On to sports. Australia defeated West Indies by 157 runs in the first semi-final of the Women's World Cup at Wellington, New Zealand to enter the finals. The match was reduced to 45 overs due to rain. West Indies won the toss and chose to field. In IPL cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore will take on Kolkata Knight Riders at D.Y. Patil Stadium in Mumbai this evening. Last night, Rajasthan Royals defeated Sunrisers Hyderabad by 61 runs in Pune. Put into bat first, Rajasthan scored a mammoth total of 210 runs.
A quick look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi is likely to witness a heat wave. Temperature will vary between 19 and 40 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a mainly clear sky. Chennai is likely to have a partly cloudy sky. Kolkata will have a mainly clear sky. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses 5th BIMSTEC summit virtually, calls for making Bay of Bengal the bridge of connectivity, prosperity and security. Mexican Foreign Minister Marcelo Ebrard Casaubon and External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to comprehensively review bilateral relations and also to discuss international issues of mutual interest. Rajasthan Foundation Day being celebrated today across the state. Imran Khan-led Pakistan government reduced to minority as key ally Muttahida Qawmi Movement Pakistan quits coalition. Russia decides to cut down military operations near Ukrainian capital Kiev, but says it is not a ceasefire. UN World Food Programme cautions crisis in Ukraine has created a catastrophe and will have a global impact. And in IPL, Royal Challengers Bangalore to take on Kolkata Knight Riders at DY Patil Stadium in Mumbai this evening. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the Midday News.